It is live mock draft time. Not mock draft time, live best ball draft time. These are real drafts, not mock drafts. We'll get into some of the mock drafts, I think, a little bit later in maybe March. The data is really bad. It's really tough to mock draft right now. You have to search really deep on the ranking lists, and I think March we'll probably see some updates in the ADP rankings, the pre-rank lists on mock draft software. So for right now, we're doing live best ball drafts, baby. And we're going to jump into the big board in a few seconds here. $1 million in prizes, $200,000 to first place. This is a 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, and 12 bench spot type of league. In fact, jump in right now. Click the enter button right now. If anybody hasn't signed up before, you gotta do this ahead of time, because there's just no way you're getting in. I'm gonna drop the link right now. There's just no way you're gonna get in if you gotta sign up and do all that. You gotta do that ahead of time. So here's the link. Try 3 more to start in this draft here. Click that link that I just dropped and let's roll. Let's roll. The fantasy football show begins right now, broskies. Appreciate you being here. File on and hit that like button.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
We are live drafting, best ball drafting on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. I'm gonna pin the link I just dropped in a second, but I dropped it in the live chat. The link is in the description if you're watching a replay of this video. But we do live drafts all the time here on the channel, and we're going to continue to do so as we head into the coming weeks and months and all the way up to kickoff. And even during the season, we'll do mid-season best ball drafts. They have the mitten drafts for the playoffs. We draft literally all year long on Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Let me show you that bad boy. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. They'll match up to $100 in your first deposit. And it really is the best way to play fantasy football on top of what you already do. You need extra skin in the game. It makes it really, really enjoyable to know that, hey, if injuries strike all my regular fantasy football leagues, I've got this best ball stuff already handled, taken care of, no lineups, no waivers. And while that initially to somebody that's never played best ball sounds like, oh, that's not really fun, it's so fun because you can do so many more drafts that way. And you start to understand that there's so much strategy involved. Again, I'm going to pin this link right now. That's the link. So next time you want to get in on these drafts, you have to sign up ahead of time. So click the link now, sign up ahead of time now. That way you're ready to go next time. All right. It looks like I got the 7 pick. This should be interesting. I don't know when I drafted from the 7 pick last. I keep getting like either the 12, the 10, or the 1 or the 2. So this will be kind of fun. I think I got the 4 last time. How many spots left? They go quick. There was 3 for about 2 minutes. They were open. There was 3 spots left at about 2 minutes ago for a whole 2 minutes. I spent all my money on drafts already. Literally too broke to even enter one. Sorry, Ben. Appreciate you, pal. Like and subscribe, says Raphael. Hit that thumb up button on your way in the door. All right. We're starting here. The draft is underway. Number 1 overall is timing out. Way to go there, Arco. Way to go. Or Crook. A Crook, whatever. Jefferson. This guy. Dose is up. He's got Jamar Chase. Let's see, the number 3 overall pick. Who's it going to be? Let's go to board view so you guys can watch the board view here. So Jefferson went 1. Jamar Chase went number 2. I am drafting at number 7. You can see my team highlighted there. But this is the beginning of the draft here. Usually this is McCaffrey. And then the next pick's usually Kelsey. It's usually those 4 guys. But occasionally we see an Eckler pop in here. This should probably be Kelsey at this point, just based on the trending that we've seen. Now, I've got an interesting dilemma. Do you guys think I should go Bijan at 7? Bob and Weaves up. Should I go Bijan at 7 too early? You know, like we say about 8, 9, 10 is the safe place to take him. But, like, do I really want to go into a best ball draft with any of these other guys? I don't know. I'm not a big Eckler fan. Tyreek Hill's interesting. What do you guys think here? Toss a name out. Lamb's a little early. Adams, I just don't know what's going on there. AJ Brown, no. Tyreek Hill's interesting. Bijan, it's a little early based on this ADP, but again, let's try a Tyreek built team. Maybe Bijan will fall. I doubt it, but let's try a Tyreek Hill built team. Discount is on the clock. Then punch. He's got Adams. I imagine Diggs would be next. Yep. I imagine Lamb will be next. Lamb or AJ Brown. There's AJ Brown. This should be Lamb chops right here. There we go. It's like par for the course, man. And then people start following the ADP very closely. You know, it's like now it's going to be Bijan. The guy right here is not going to wait. He's going to Bijan's the top guy on the list. I better take Bijan there. Yeah, I'll take Bijan. There it is. Amon-Ra's next. Let me just take Amon-Ra. He's next on the list. He's next on the list. Oh yeah, Amon-Ra can't vary from the deviation. Hurts. There we go. Some balls on that guy. I appreciate it. It's probably one of ours. P-Punch. Or who was that? That was PR something. RP. Sorry if that was anybody you drafted when I was making fun of that. I'm just joking around. Just joking around, broskies. All right, so I'm almost on the clock here. I'm feeling pretty good with like a Kenneth Walker or a Breece Hall selection here. I do like Mahomes here as well. You know, obviously with Tyreek Hill. Let's go Kenny Walker here, and then we'll build quarterback a little differently in this one. Maybe Fields falls to our 31 pick, or we'll figure it out as we go. Maybe this is the Lamar, London, and Kyle Pitts team that we try. Can you imagine that? That would be pretty good. London, Lamar, Kyle Pitts with this. I feel pretty good about that. Tyreek and Kenneth Walker on top of that. Amon-Ra. Devontae. Yeah, St. Brown's good. The hype on Bijan can he live up to it? Well, Roger, the way I'm talking about it, we better hope so. I mean, Roger, he could be the number one running back in fantasy football redraft. I'm not saying he will be. He could be. Wouldn't even be shocked to the slightest degree if he was the number one running back in fantasy football redraft. Think about how good Breece Hall was last year. And Breece Hall was an amazing prospect. And I said generational. A lot of people said he was okay. He was generational. Him and Walker were generational. They still are. But Bijan's like a slightly more obvious generational, so he's got a little bit more upside to potentially be the number one overall player. I mean, I would have taken Bijan at the 7 pick had I not had a lot of Bijan shares already or something. Like, if push came to shove at 7 or 8, I probably would pull the trigger. I'm just going to be honest with you. I tell you guys to wait till at least 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. If I was drafting one dynasty draft or something like that, I would take him in 1 or 2. If I was drafting one draft, I wouldn't be able to let him fall past 8. If I was sitting at 8, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get him again. But I draft so many leagues that I want some variation. I got so many Bijan teams already. I wanted a Tyreek Hill team. Someone's 2-year-old must have got his phone. Who? Who am I missing? Someone's 2-year-old must have got his phone. Someone's 2-year-old. What are we talking about, Rubio? Who messed up so badly you think a 2-year-old is drafting for him? What's Rubio saying? I know Rubio's not talking about my team. I know that for a fact. Who are we talking about, Rubio? I don't even know who you're talking about. Slight overuse of generational. Generational is once every 5 to 7 years. Generational is kind of how you want to define it, because I mean, I don't think there's a set. I think a lot of people have different definitions for generational. Generational to me is, they come around very few, and honestly, I think Walker, Hall, and Bijan are all generational candidates. Maybe one or two of them end up being generational, whatever. But they're all three in my book generational talents. But it's all good. It's not this draft, Smitty. Okay, I was like, I didn't see anybody that was drafting bad. Gary Wilson was a little early, but I like that. ETN's a nice pick here. Jacobs is a nice pick here. Fields is nice. I mean, I got ETN or Burrow here. I don't know if Bob and Weave knows what time it is. I don't know if that's one of our guys. ETN's a fantastic grab here. But it's a better grab, Joe Burrow. I almost went. I would have been. You know how mad I would have been if I went Mahomes over Kenneth Walker at this point, and Joseph Cigar smoking Burrow fell to my third drafted player. Jeez. Tyreek, K9, Joe Burrow. Yeah. I mean, Ben, you can have an opinion on that too if you think people overuse it. I get it. I don't disagree with you that people overuse it. I just feel like I'm not calling just anybody generational. Marvin Harrison Jr. is generational. Jamar Chase was generational. JJ's generational. You know what I mean? Oh, Burrow, Kenneth Walker. Whew. What's up, Ben? You're live.
Smitty, what's up, man? How's it going?
I'm good now, man. I got Tyreek Hill, Kenneth Walker, Joe Burrow with my first three picks here in order.
Eesh. Finish up that Cincy stack in the late rounds with maybe Boyd or Hayden Hurst. He'll be looking good.
Maybe. Is this Ben Haskell, or are you a different Ben?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ben, yeah. So, yeah, generational. I hear what you're saying, but, I'll give you my generational names. I think all four of the top quarterbacks are generational because I don't think these, I get what you're saying. I think in your mind, and it's fine. Everybody can have their own definition. In your mind, there's only one at a time or something. For me, it's there are four quarterbacks that are generational. We all know who they are. And I don't think those guys will come around very often at all. It's going to be those four guys. They're in a tier of their own. Who can be in a tier of their own? I think Bijan is 100% generational. Could you say that Walker or Hall might not be? One or both might not be. More so than Bijan, I think. But mainly because I think, my only fear for Walker is his situation. It's not bad, but would I love? I want to say after what we've done, or after what we've seen them do in the NFL. I mean, they definitely could be, or already are, or have the potential to be, generational. But I guess what I was referring to more so was in the regards of a prospect as a rookie. But I mean, if that's how you felt, that's how you felt. Yeah. You know? I mean, I coined them as generational, and both of them are. You have a lot of people arguing that both these guys are. Let's see. Do I take Watson? I'm gonna go Christian Watson here.
I think Rubio earlier, he was referring to the. I was in a draft, and someone took Chigo Okonkwo over Travis Kelce.
Oh, that's horrible. Really?
Yeah, I don't know why they did it. I think they were just messing around, but they went
Why would you mess around with
Chig in the first?
See, that's crazy.
Second round, they took Dawson Knox, and then they took Hayden Hurst in the third round, and it was weird. That's crazy because you're paying money to that's why you typically see no trolls ever in these drafts, because you're gonna pay $10 a troll. Really, no one's gonna do that. So that's crazy. You know what he probably did is his kid grabbed a hold of his phone, or my
my 2-year-olds.
The only logical explanation I could actually, I mean, there's a few logical ones, but the only kind of nefarious one that would make sense, like in a strategic type of way that I could think of, was maybe the guy that went after him that ended up getting Kelsey. Maybe he was able to, like, maybe there was collusion, and he was able to squeeze out that extreme tight end value from having all those tight ends gone early.
Maybe.
But that's a little bit out there, you know?
Hey, I wouldn't put it past someone trying to get really crazy late at night, too, when they can jump in with a couple different devices. But I'm pretty sure they'll shut that down. They could probably see, what IP addresses and everything. They probably have all kinds of, like, algorithms that take care of that. But, yeah, I mean... Right. I love this team so far. Look at this.
I was in another draft where someone took 12 quarterbacks in a different draft that I was in.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's going to get checked out.
Look at this team. Joe Burrow, Kenneth Walker, Tyreek Hill, Christian Watson. Yeah.
Ooh, I've been seeing Christian Watson moving up to the very top of the fourth recently.
Yeah. I like that he was falling a lot later, but now he's going a lot earlier.
Yeah, it's tough.
Let's see.
It's good to get all those drafts. It's good that you're spacing out your drafts because, I mean, I'm getting a lot done at different times too, but I wish I paced myself a little better because I'm going to have to slow down over this next week or so, just because my percentage is, like, I'm closer to 60% and the fill rate still under 40.
Well, these have to be done by the rookie, the 2023 NFL draft, though.
True. But just pacing yourself as the contest moves along is good, smart, because you're able to take advantage of those early ADPs and all the way through to the end.
There's definitely advantages all over the place, So let's see here. There's advantages early. Ron says he got no notification.
Are you doing another?
I don't know why they do that.
Me and Ada were wondering if you're doing another draft after this one. We're down to hop in the next one.
I may start one in once this one gets to like around 10. I might start it.
All right.
Let's go back to the board view here. So it looks like okay, so my team right now, I've got one running back, Kenneth Walker, Joe Burrow, Tyreek Hill, Christian Watson. Wide receivers, I'm not feeling this. London went. That would have been a nice pick. I would have loved London. Jamir Gibbs is sitting right here. I'm going to go Gibbs. He's in the 5th round. He's the 2nd running back ranked. I'm not reaching on him at all. I went Jamir Gibbs. So now the squad's looking absolute fire, spitting fire from every corner. Joe Burrow, Kenneth Walker, Jamir Gibbs, Tyreek Hill, Christian Watson. Absolutely love it. Let's see what happens here. But yeah, this is Ben on the phone, Ron. Love this team. This team feels real nice. Let's look at these teams overall so far. So the 1 pick, Jefferson. Olave was a little early at the 24, but I like him. I think he could definitely earn it, but definitely like seeing people get a little more value. But look at the value he got in Breece Hall. I mean, even swapping those just visually, you're like, okay, Olave is your 3rd player, even though they're back-to-back. But yeah, like Justin Jefferson, Olave, Breece Hall, Kittle, and then I don't love the Judy pick, but that's a good team. Team number 2, Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, T. Higgins, Justin Herbert, Najee. That could be pretty decent, I guess. Christian McCaffrey from the 3 spot, Patrick Mahomes, Nick Chubb, Hawkinson, Pittman. Everything kind of hinges on Nick Chubb for this team. Travis Kelce, Josh Allen, DK, Jackson Smith, and Jigba in the 4th round. This is too early for me. I like them a lot, but you're not giving yourself any wiggle room. And then we got Drake London though. That's a great 5th player. So we kind of made up for it. That's a good team. Cooper Kupp in the 5 hole.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I mean, I was hearing Ron kind of go at this the other day, and I don't know if I feel necessarily as strongly about it as he does, but I don't know why people are drafting JSN and Jamir Gibbs and Zach Charbonnet so early. I mean, I understand if you're doing maybe 5 drafts or 10 or just a few drafts and you want to get the guys you want to get. But, I mean, I have about 80 drafts done almost so far. And Zach Charbonnet, I have 40% of him, which is like 5 times the average. And I haven't taken him earlier than the 8th round.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't want to take him early. You don't.
Right. Same with JSN. I have about 40% of him, and I haven't taken him earlier than the 5th round.
Well, I took Gibbs. Wasn't high where I took him. Man, I don't know what to grab here. Pacheco's interesting.
Right. I just don't know why people are ruining their ADPs when it's only February.
Yeah, people can't help themselves. I like Mike Evans a little bit at this value, like my 3rd receiver. I'm gonna roll the dice. Yeah, I got so many Pickens shares. I gotta mix it up. I was gonna go Pickens, but if I keep doing the same team over and over, I'm gonna do a best ball video on this where there is some pros and cons to doing the same team over and over. The pros for it, and I'm gonna explain it in tremendous detail. The pros for it are that you're gonna get variation because there's no way you can draft the same team over and over. There's just no way. But if you try and kind of draft the same team over and over, the variations you'll get might cover your bases if you're right, a majority right on a lot of your big name players. So if you're right on Jamir Gibbs, you're right on Charbonnet, you're right on Bijan, you're right on Watson, you're right on Olave, and you just Burrow, and you stack this like similar team and all these different variants to it. If you're right on those, you're gonna have a real strong shot at winning a big prize spot because you're gonna have the right combination at some point. But the downside is if you're wrong on, let's say, Bijan, and you got Bijan littered on all these teams, and you're wrong also on Watson or something, you're not going to win a single thing. So it's good and bad, and I think that's what you were saying, spacing them out, doing different strategies. I think it's pretty good to like hit a certain strategy you have over and over and over and over, but then like a couple weeks later, just go after a whole different approach. And then maybe hit that a couple times in different ways. But like me, I've got Pickens in like the last like 7 drafts I've done. I got to start varying it. And Mike Evans is a guy that as your 3rd wide receiver, I think is a pretty decent value. Let me see if I can go in here. So yeah, Joe Burrow, Kenneth Walker, Jamir Gibbs, Tyreek Hill, Christian Watson, Mike Evans, pretty solid. Pretty solid. Let me see what I can do here. I'm gonna cute man. I was hoping Pitts would have fallen. He went like a
I was kind of thinking like what I've been doing, like what we've all been doing is hammering those rookies this last couple weeks. And I'm gonna keep doing that while they're at a good value, not reaching too badly, of course. But I'm thinking after the combine, or maybe like leading up to the draft, or maybe right after the draft, I'm just gonna be going more. I'm going to like start underexposing to the rookies in a sense because their values may become overinflated, and I'll have my overexposure at a better value than where they'll be in a few weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's good to do a bunch of different variants of everything. But again, like for example, the year that I called Arian Foster to be the number, top 5 running back, that year I drafted him in like every single league, and I drafted a couple other home runs. Probably one of my best years I've ever had was in 2010, and in that Arian Foster I did on NBC Sports Radio the prediction. It was top 5 running back. He was a 7th rounder. He moved up to 6. He moved up to 5. I believe that was LaShawn McCoy too. So I landed both those. LaShawn McCoy, believe it or not, was very, very doubted. Hold on one second. Let me just kind of feel like I don't love Darren Waller, but he's got upside. I mean, he's got so much upside. I worry about this guy. He's so focused on his music career and all these extracurricular things. It reminds me of Juju when Juju lost all of his focus, and Darren Waller can't stay healthy. He's so worked up on this other stuff. He should be focusing on football right now. He's got a short window of time, and he's an older player. He broke out late because he had a lot of early problems in life that he overcame. Very good story. He got a lot of charities. Amazing dude. I played in a fantasy league with him. I drafted against him. But he focuses on a lot of this other stuff, and I was like, he needs to get on the field, man. But what was I saying? Oh, Arian Foster. So I think Arian Foster, LaShawn McCoy was the same year, if I remember correctly. And LaShawn McCoy was very doubted, but a lot of people, thought he had upside. But he's like a fourth and fifth round. Him and Arian Foster won. I won so many leagues that year, bro. I cleaned up more than I've ever cleaned up in my life because the two things I went huge on, well, and a lot of other things, I landed both of them. And if you miss, if I would have missed on Arian Foster, I would have lost every league. So it's like a pro and a con doing that. I've had years where I've gone all in on players, and when they bust, you're hit hard. Like the Clyde Edwards-Helaire bust was pretty hard. Like that year, I think I definitely won some championships, but I definitely missed on him hard on a couple, handful of leagues that made those leagues impossible to win or whatever, or tougher climb. You what?
Clyde who? Never heard of that guy.
Yeah. I still think Clyde's got a shot if he gets released or traded or whatever. What is he? He's not a free agent, but if he gets sent over to Cincinnati or something, that's gonna be amazing. I hope to God he finds a way into a Cincinnati Bengal uniform with Joe Burrow, because I think Joe Burrow would do wonders with him. I like this team so far. I know Mike Evans feels a little bit like I'm not in love with the pick, but I don't hate it at all. So here, Charbonnet's he's the fourth running back down. I like Zay Flowers. I'd really strongly considered Zay Flowers, but at this point, I'm going to take Charbonnet because I'm not reaching. It's the 8th round. So my team so far: Kenneth Walker, Jamir Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet, Joe Burrow, Tyreek Hill, Christian Watson, Mike Evans, Darren Waller. That's one of the best ball teams I've built this year. That was a phenomenal squad, I must say. Ron, what do you think of this team?
I like that. Are you gonna try and get Rodgers for Waller, or you're not worried about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so worried about the stat. I think that's more important, and I'm not saying it's not important. Stacking is great, but I think it's definitely really important in playoff fantasy football, best ball. But I don't go out of my way to draft a lesser player, but certainly will be on my radar to do it. This is fantastic.
Right. A-Rod's ADP is very suppressed still, though.
Yeah, you can get him really, really late. He's going to rise up about 3 rounds the moment he's in the news. Even if he stays in Green Bay, just being in the news will vault his people just start looking for his name.
Right. I think if he goes to New York, he could go up 4 rounds, 5 rounds, but maybe not 5, but 3 or 4.
Which is funny because in New York, he doesn't really score more fantasy points. Probably similar, if not. I mean, you could even argue if you wanted that he'll score more in Green Bay than in New York. He'll just bring the New York Jets to a top 6, top 8 team level. Like they'll be at least a top 10 team in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what New York can do this year. They were one of my favorite. The Jaguars and the Jets were one of my favorite teams preseason, and then the Jets were doing great, and I was like, oh, the Jets are killing it. I never thought. I mean, they're the New York Jets, and then the Jags started so slowly, and they had such a weird season because they shut out the Chargers, didn't let the Chargers score a single point, right? And then they just crapped the bed for about 5 weeks in a row.
Hod says that Bijan doesn't look fantastic on paper. How so? How so, bro? Guy had 2,000-yard seasons 3 times in a row. 2,000 yards 3 times in a row in high school. Comes out as an amazing recruit. Does so much damage in college. I've got to draft somebody here.
I love Roschon Johnson right now. I think he's very undervalued, and he's about to shoot up the board probably in a few days, maybe next week when the combine starts going. Because he was the backup for Bijan, I'm sure you know.
Yeah,
his per touch numbers are incredible.
Yeah, Bijan is like, Bijan is the closest thing to Barkley or LT. I think a combination of the two that we've seen come out of college for a while. Now, granted, it's gonna be easy to say, "Oh, that's crazy," when LT had his whole career to play. You know, it was also crazy to think that Aaron Rodgers would be better than Brett Favre. Like, that's a similar argument when you're like, "Oh, no one could be the next LT or no one could be the next Barkley, like, or whatever coming out of college." It's always that way until it happens. Like, Aaron Rodgers was a joke to step into Brett Favre's shoes. He was better than Brett Favre. He is better than Brett Favre, whatever it was. Brett Favre was amazing.
As soon as it happens, of course, everyone acts like they always knew it was going to happen.
Right. So Bijan, you know, it's okay. Everybody's got different opinions. Roger and Hod don't seem to love him. I think he's the next Barkley. I think he's the next LT. I think he's the next combination of him. All both of those guys, and throwing Nick Chubb in there, like a mix of all three. He's his own player. He's smooth. He's tough. He's got so much ability across the board, all levels, all skill levels.
I've seen the highlights, but I never got to see LT play. But I think Bijan's vision and balance are both better than Barkley's.
Yeah,
I don't know if he has the same explosiveness necessarily.
Yeah,
but his vision and balance.
Low center of gravity. I'm gonna go Dalton Schultz here, I think. So I'm gonna go Double tight ends. I was gonna go wide receiver, but when I look at the wide receivers, I like guys that are like 15 wide receivers down as much as I like these wide receivers. I always wait and people say, Smitty, you need wide receivers, but looking at the wide receivers, I got such a huge advantage getting Dalton Schultz with Waller at the tight end spot, though a single tight end spot, rotational tight end. That's a huge advantage right there. I'll be shocked if I don't have a 3,400 projected score, which I don't care about the projected score, but for them to not acknowledge this is a 3,400 at least plus projected score team, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, looking at the wide receivers here, so I have 3 wide receivers. There's 3 wide receivers mandatory, so wide receivers are ultra important. I liked a guy like Zay Jones, Boyd's there. But then you get like down even like 15, 20, and it's like the same names to me. I just don't know that I'd rather have Dalton Schultz. I'd rather dominate the tight end position. Let's see here. I'm shocked that Hod and Roger don't love Bijan. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate you. I mean, Bijan, bro. I mean, on paper, I don't know what you don't like on paper though. That's odd to me because his stats are freaking electric, bro. Bijan, let me pull up his stats. Let's go. Gibson, how the mighty have fallen, man. Gibson's so lowly ranked now, and upside is so minimal. All right, so this is Bijan Robinson stats right here. So freshman year, 700, no big whoop. 2021, 1127, 5.8 a carry, 11 TDs, 26 for 295, and 4 touchdowns receiving. So he had 15 total touchdowns. 2022, he had 1580 on the ground, 6.1 a pop, 18 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving, so 21 total touchdowns, 314 receiving yards is very, very good for a college season. Played in the Big 12. I mean, what else can he do? How does he not look good on paper? You know what I'm saying? Roger and Hod. Doesn't have top end speed, bro. Wait until the combine when he runs like a 4.4. Like that, nothing matters past that. You can, if you run a 4.4, you're fine. Yeah, see, we're drafting with our people here. And, man, maybe I'll take Russell Wilson. I'm going to go Isaiah Hodgins. I really think he could be one of those monster breakouts. At least from like a wide receiver 3 perspective. Not a wide receiver 1, but like from a wide receiver 3 perspective, I really like him. But I mean, look at this. 1580. 21 total touchdowns. Almost 1,900 total yards. 12 played games. Just a monster. And when you watch him, he's got top-end quickness. He's got top-end cutting ability, vision, low center of gravity, balance, as Ben said. His balance is amazing. He's like kind of like when you watch Breece Hall in college. I don't know if you guys remember my evaluation of Breece Hall and Kenneth Walker and how I talked about how different they were, but not in a bad way. Breece Hall was like 1-2 cuts, and he was off to the races, and you try and chase him down. And that's the way he kind of played. You know, it was like boom, 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 sees a hole, just tries to get to that hole before the defenses close in, and that's the way he plays. Kenneth Walker is trying to navigate every single open territory, you know, left, right, you know, and takes longer to get to his destination because he's dancing all over the place. I love, real quickly, do I go with Russell Wilson, Jordan Love? I could go wide receiver again, but it's like so thin.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at there?
Well, it's too late now. You missed your shot to help me, bro.
I was inside the store.
I'm gonna go Russ Wilson and give myself just, you know, he could have a big game or two. Maybe he bounces back. He's a backup quarterback. Why not? He's a pretty decent second quarterback to throw behind Burrow. I've got Waller and.
I don't want you to get sniped. I don't want you to get sniped on stream. But Tim Patrick is one of my favorite stacks with Russell Wilson right now.
Yeah, he's not bad. Burrow, Russell Wilson, Kenneth Walker, Jamir, Gibbs, Charbonnet, A.J. Dillon, Tyreek Hill, Christian Watson, Mike Evans, Hodgins, Waller, and Dalton Schultz. That's a freaking killer team. Ron, how do you like this squad so far? What was I talking about, Bijan? What about Bijan? What was I saying? Power, vision, low center of gravity. And if you watch his workouts, like there's some footage out there him working out. He's running a 4.4, bro. He's running a 4.4 type of speed out there. I think he'll run a 4.4, even if it's in the high 4.4s. That's all you need. You don't ever need to be faster than that. A-Chain's probably gonna maybe set the record or be very close. And A-Chain's a small guy. Doesn't matter. It's not gonna translate. I'm not a big A-Chain guy. I'm just not. He's too small. He's too small. Have Darren Sproles, running backs, succeeded and existed in the NFL? Yeah, but it takes so much luck to get there because you have to have a coach that drafts you small, believes in you as a small guy, and then you have to stay healthy as a small guy, and you have to actually have all the talent as a small guy to overcome all of the bigger players, stronger players at the NFL level. It can happen, but it's very, very rare. And that's why I'm not high on A-Chain at all. He's not in my top 12 rookies, and a lot of people oftentimes think I forget him. They're like, bro, you didn't even rank A-Chain in your top 12. I don't love him. Just like if Blake Corum would have come out, he went back to college, I wouldn't have probably had Blake Corum in my top 10. I know a lot of people love Blake Corum. I don't think he could get better and change my mind with another year of football. That I'm open-minded about. And I make that very abundantly clear that could happen. I'm leaving that opportunity for him to prove it. Had he come out, I don't think he would have translated. He's not quick enough. He reminds me a lot of Spiller, heading over to the Chargers. Everybody thinks, he's going to, take away from Eckler. And Spiller was not going to make it at the NFL level. He just wasn't a guy that I liked at all. You know who I like? Oh, this is a good pick. Sky Moore. With Juju, free agent. Tony, unpredictable, but we like Tony, but he's unpredictable. I think Sky Moore as my, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth wide receiver. Smash. I mean, you can't hate having your fifth wide receiver be in Patrick Mahomes' offense.
Right. Hopefully he gets some playing time next year. On a chain a little bit, I hear what you're saying. I don't know. I don't think he'll necessarily translate at the next level. I don't know. I think a lot of it's really going to depend on landing spot, because no matter where he lands, he's not going to be a bell cow, obviously. He's not going to be a workhorse back. But if he lands with Kansas City or even Buffalo or with somewhere with Lamar or just a great situation, he could be that change of pace guy that is going for 750. You know?
Maybe we'll see. I definitely don't like. I don't like my breakouts to be players that the words are said he can't be a full-time guy. He's change of pace. I'm not really excited about players that are coined or labeled change of pace. You know, so like from a fantasy perspective, I'm not super excited. But again, open-minded to like Quorum if Quorum goes back to college and tears it up and learns some things and gets quicker and all that.
For sure.
This next pick is going to be huge for me. I'm loving this next pick. Oh, son of a B, man. Son of a B. Come on. He wasn't even Hob calling again. Jordan Love wasn't even like the next top 2 or 3 guys available. He was just I'm going to reach on this one. I don't care. We're so deep. We're in round 14. There's no reaches anymore in round 14. I'm taking Kendre Miller. I don't want what happened to Jordan Love to happen to me on Kendre Miller.
Kendre's going up the board.
Yeah, round 14, who cares? Snag him. Like, right. Don't take him in single-digit rounds. Kendre Miller's falling until the teens. But, man, I can't believe that Jordan Love was snagged. That must be one of ours. Who is that? Discount.
I understand when people reach down to go grab like a rookie or something like that, or grab someone they want to stack it with. But it seems like more recently, or maybe it was just today, it was so frustrating today because multiple drafts I got in today, the person one pick before me would like take the exact quarterback I wanted, who was either the next one up or maybe a couple picks down, and he had no correlation. But maybe he got it later. But no, normally they ended up not even getting the correlation. But
yeah, you're funny though. You're like Ron Navy. He's in here. You're like Ron Navy, where you take it. You take it personally, like someone's stepping on you're trying to couple the two together when someone's probably just drafting him. You know, it's like you're like he didn't even have the stack. Like that was Ron. Do you remember that? Ron, when I took Love, Ron was like, "Wait a minute, you don't even have." Like I like Love. I don't just draft guys that are, connected on stack levels.
Right, but it's just annoying. Like if they'll take like a fourth quarterback.
Don't snipe Ron.
Right in front of me when I have 2 quarterbacks or something, Yeah. And like they need a receiver still or something like that. It's like, what are you doing, man? I
hate getting sniped. Period. But Ron cracks me up when Ron gets sniped.
Yeah, he's funny.
Ron takes it like you walked
Call
over
in, Ron,
his grave.
where you at?
Let's go QB here. Oh man, I don't really like those options. Ron, this one's for you. I was running out of time. Gosh, dang it. I should have had more people queued. Oops. I got 3 tight ends. Not a big rookie tight end drafter, but I think if anybody's going to do it, it will be Mayer. He'll probably be the guy. Kincaid could be Musgrave. Who knows?
Darnell Washington's a sleeper.
Yeah.
I think this tight end class is pretty dang strong.
It is strong, but again, my whole thing with tight ends is coming in year 2 and getting them, because people give up on them like Hawkinson. Everybody loved Hawkinson. Hawkinson came in, looked great. I think it was week 1. He had like 100 yards and a touchdown, and a monster touchdown, if I remember correctly. Then he had like a drought for like almost the entire season, and everybody gave up on him. But you see flashes, and and so Hawkinson, I had him ranked higher than anybody in the entire industry according to Fantasy Pros, and I had him really, really high. And I felt Hawkinson and Waller were going to break out, and that's the year that I smashed on those two on the pre-rankings on Fantasy Pros. But let's see here.
I think Waller's ADP is too high this year. I know he's done it before, but I don't know. I don't think he's doing it again.
I'll take Dell. I don't know. I'm trying to mix up some of my later rookies, like A.T. Perry or Dell.
Marvin Mims is a good one.
Yeah, Mims. I think Xavier Hutchinson's good. I've been taking him. We talked about him the other night. So I thought I'd take Dell. Get a little Dell action in here. Let's see. What am I at? We're around 16. How many wide receivers I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sorry, I was just reading this about Tank, and I have some Tank. I like Tank. Watching him, he looks amazing, and he looks a little small. But I was surprised to see. I think he's only about 150 pounds, maybe 145.
Talking about Tank Bigsby?
Oh, no, Tank Dell.
Oh, Dell.
Nathaniel Dell.
Okay. I didn't know if you're talking about Tank Bigsby.
Gotcha. No, yeah, receiver there. He's going later, but...
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about. I drafted right here.
Right. Gotcha. My bad.
Nathaniel Dell, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What pick are we at?
Well, what up? How y'all doing?
Oh, Hav, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I forgot I added you a while ago. He's been there for like 10 minutes. What's up? Hav, what can I do for you? Just interrupt me next time. I'm sorry.
I'm just listening to strategizing. I'm writing down notes.
Yeah, what should I do here, boys? I got my team. My team is as follows: Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, Kenneth Walker, Jamir Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet, A.J. Dillon, Kendre Miller, Tyreek Hill, Christian Watson, Mike Evans, Isaiah Hodgins, Sky Moore, Nathaniel Dell, Darren Waller, Dalton Schultz, and Michael Mayer. I kind of think I need a QB here. Do you guys think Brock Purdy's gonna play like a halfway point on? I kind of do. As much as I love Trey Lance, I think Shanahan's going to screw it all up. There's no way I can see him. I'm kind of tempted to go Purdy here.
It depends how Lance looks. It depends on Lance.
Yeah. I'll come back to that.
And Purdy's recovery, of course.
I'm going to go Dwayne McBride. What about Levis? You guys like Will Levis? You think he's gonna bust?
I like him. I like him at the value you can get him at in the 19th, 20th round.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be an NFL player or if he's going to have fantasy value, but I love the upside in the 19th, 20th round.
Did Richardson already get taken, or is he just super low ranked here? Where is he at? I don't see him.
No, Richardson's going quick.
I think he's low, way down.
I'm looking because I don't see him, bro. Let's see, because Levis is still there.
Okay, yeah, Richardson's probably gone.
Yeah, he got taken. Why would someone take him over Levis? I might do that, but I mean,
his ADP is like a round and a half over Levis right now.
Weird.
I know.
I like McKenzie a little bit. Robert Woods is growing on me a little bit because I think he'll find a home and he could be decent. I don't know if he'll be great, but he could maybe be decent. I like Richie James a lot. Ron's Tyler Scott's there. Isaiah McKenzie isn't bad, but I think I need to get a third quarterback here. I don't want Jimmy G. Will Levis is there. It's really dried up.
You have Burrow, though.
Oh, Mike,
so you're really only hoping for 1 or 2 weeks during the bye week and maybe one down week for Burrow.
What about Mike White? Why is he so low ranked? Wow. What about Zappy?
Zappy's probably nobody's probably taking Zappy.
Right,
so
that might be
a good way to get.
Yeah, that might be a good little like sneaky play, you know. I'm gonna go Mike White. Maybe I'll come back and get Zappy in the tail end. Let me see what my depth is like at wide receiver. So I got 3 quarterbacks. I got plenty of RBs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need both wide receivers in my last 2 picks. I can't afford to mess around. I would love to get Zappy. I'm sorry, what, Hoff?
You still doing Sam Howell late?
Yeah, I have been. In this draft I won't, but I have been. I like Sam Howell. He's probably not there. If he is, I'm going to be mad that I overlooked him, but I don't think he's available. Yeah.
No, he's probably gone. Tyquan Thornton's probably gone too, right?
Yeah.
Would have been a nice little Zappy stack there.
Noah. This is Noah, come on, bro. This is about as casual as it gets, Noah. No offense, my guy, but Smitty says, bro, Smitty, the season's over. What is Smitty doing? You out of your mind, bro? This is best ball.
Someone said you're paying the rate, Smitty.
Season's over. I'm paying the what?
Someone said you're paying the rake.
Yeah. Noah, come on, bro. What are you doing? This is when best ball begins, bro. We're a 365 show, bro. My rankings are year-round, my guy. Have you ever heard of thefantasyfootballshow.com? Learn about it, bro. Like, hey, Noah, in all seriousness, Noah, I don't know if you realize we have 13 moon men already. Noah's like, this live stream's early. I haven't seen Smitty live yet. Smitty, is this your first live stream of the off season? Noah, watch this. Moon men.
The moon men dropping loads in outer space.
We got 13 moon men already. We've been busy.
I had to mute myself when you said that. That was too good. I was laughing too hard.
Richie James.
We got 13 movements.
What are you doing with 13?
Noah.
Richie James. I was trying to ask you again, Ben. Devernayer or Richie James? Go, quick.
Richie James.
Yeah, I like him. Devernayer will probably be there for my next pick too, but
you already have a giant too, right? You have Hodgins, so
yeah.
I know you don't have dimes.
I like that because I do like cuffing wide receivers because if one of them, goes nuts, then you're covered.
Right.
You're drafting early. Why are you drafting so early? Oh, hold on. Let me hit a button real quick. 13 moon men coming inbound.
The moon men dropping loads.
You want to be overstimulated? A little early for football, is it, Smitty? Here's 13 moon men. Take it in, bro. Take it in. Sit back. It's a lot easier if you just let it happen. Ready? Here goes. 13 moon men coming at you.
The moon men.
Now, I could show him the satellite man and be like, yeah, Noah, we just began. Look how blank this list is.
Satellite men. Space cadets
Oh
in
my
training.
god, that's too good.
We got 0 guys ready for the space traveling. Oops, wait. Here it is.
The moon men.
Yeah, let's get in another as soon as I finish this. I don't know that I'm going to do the whole draft on the show. I might close the live stream down and just draft on my phone. Obviously, I won't stop drafting, but I might stop the live stream around like round 8 or 10 or something because we're already an hour in. All right, my last pick, and then I want to see what they grade me, just out of curiosity. I would say Duvernay, David Bell, Greg Dortch. Dortch was interesting last year. So Xavier Hutchinson or Duvernay?
I like Hutchinson.
Hav? Oh.
Hutchinson. I mean, Xavier, what is it? Hutchinson, right?
Yeah, too late.
Is that what you said?
You gotta think quick, bro. At 8 seconds, 8 seconds left. Good talk, Hav.
Hey, yo,
Hey, Hav, remember, make sure you're not on my phone a friend list if I've got 8 seconds.
all right.
Hav, quick, 8 seconds. Read them back to me again.
Yo, man, it's 12:40. Get out of here with that.
That's right, Hav, we got it. That's why I got 2 of you here. If one of you misses it, the other one can come in. I stole Fields in my Dynasty League. David Bell, 49er, I kind of like David Bell a little bit, but I also feel like I don't know. I don't feel ultra confident in him, but I do like him a little bit. Richardson probably needs. I mean, part of me wants to think that, but then I remember he's on the Browns, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. All right, here we go. My team: Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, Mike White, Kenneth Walker, Jamir Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet, A.J. Dillon, Kendre Miller, Dwayne McBride, Tyreek Hill, Christian Watson, Mike Evans, Isaiah Hodgins, Sky Moore, Nathaniel Dell, Richie James, Xavier Hutchinson, Darren Waller, Dalton Schultz, and Michael Mayer. It's pretty good.
I like it.
All right, give me a
That's
third.
nasty.
I don't care if they give me a low score, but I do care when they give me a high score. Just like when ESPN ranks your team and they give you like a low score, you're like, I don't care. But they give you the number 1 rank. You're like, hey guys, I'm number 1 ranked on ESPN. They said my team was the best drafted team.
Yeah, I saw someone do some. I've seen people do terrible drafts just to get projections. I don't know if they're brand new or just mixing up their variations.
Bro, guess what it gave me for a score?
2,800.
Yeah,
I can't see it, but I'm guessing 28.
2888 or 2888. It gave me the worst score out of everybody in the draft. There's not another 2,000 ranked team sub 3,000. It ranked me 2,800.
Yeah, they don't know anything, man. You know that.
No, I know. But like I just said, you want to be ranked first, no matter what. It's just the psychology behind it. And if it ranks you low, you don't care. You're like, screw you. But if it ranks you number 1, you're like, it knows what it's doing at this moment in time. At this current moment in time, it's got the correct calibration.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
That's
2,800. This team's, you know what it is?
Some of the worst teams. I saw a terrible team. One of the worst teams I've ever seen was like 4,000 projected, over 4,000.
Yeah, like look at this one. 30.
Like,
this bottom one, 3,800. Let's look at this beauty. Trevor Lawrence and Kyler. Kyler's not playing half a season. This is one of the worst strategies you could come up with. What if Trevor Lawrence gets banged up? What if Kyler Murray's not back by the bye week for the Jacksonville Jaguars? What is he thinking here? Sorry if this is one of our guys. Jonathan Taylor, Barkley, Kamara, Miles Sanders. Okay, I mean good running backs, obviously. Hopkins, I mean, Calvin Ridley, we don't know how he's going to play. Hollywood Brown, Juju. I don't see Everett, Gesicki, Zach Ertz, and Irv Smith. How is this team even close to mine? I'm not even in his tier. We're 1,000 projected points apart. This guy's eating at the big boy table. I'm not even invited to the party. Like, all right.
Underdog doesn't know that Trey McBride exists.
All right, big board. Big board, ready? We're clicking the big board now. Go ahead and click the green button and jump into the draft. 7 spots to fill. Ron Navy's calling in. Ron, 2,800 points. Again, they don't know what they're talking about, but like they just completely spat all over my team. That's because there's rookies. Had a bunch of rookies. They don't expect Gibbs to do anything yet. They don't expect Charbonnet to do anything yet. But man, 2,800. Ronald, you there?
Someone mentioned this in the chat. But the low projection is usually a reflection of high upside.
Yeah. Well, that's the Moon Men for you.
Special.
What's up, Ron?
The 1-1.
Oh, 1-1.
The 1-1.
To the moon.
And I got the turn, the 112.
Ooh.
I'm at the 110.
Ben 110. Reactors is in here. That's Reactors is Ada, right?
Yeah, Reactors is Ada.
Okay, guys, here comes Snipe City.
What's going on, Ben?
Oh man, I'm right between Ada and Ron Navy.
Let me just say, guys, that for anybody watching that's new to my channel, what you're about to see is not normal. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of sniping going on, and there's gonna be a lot of reaches that shouldn't happen.
Good luck to all drafters.
I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson in this one because, you know, if I'm gonna be drafting a team that's probably not a lot of the guys I want because of how much everyone's gonna reach in this draft, I'm gonna.
Like the very beginning.
Huh?
What's Jamar Chase called me?
Sorry, go ahead, Ron.
How can you snipe my guy right from the very beginning? What the heck? JJ should have dropped him.
Yeah.
Well,
I could see Ron getting mad that I took JJ at 1.1 and he's at 12 going, why'd you take him? You knew I wanted him. I'm going to hang up.
I was going to make the opposite joke and say I was surprised you got him. I thought he was going to go off the board quicker than that.
Smitty, we've had lots of conversations offline where I've told you how much I love Jamar Chase. That was a really, really jerk move of you. But I figured since I normally go Jamar Chase and Burrow and all that, with you guys, it's probably not going to happen. So you know what? Let's go totally different team. I'm going to draft a totally different team. I'm going to draft against the Moon Men grain right here and see if I can take advantage of my sniping people in here and draft players that I normally don't draft that are good values because everybody's reaching like crazy. Or maybe everybody's going to be well behaved, and I'm not telling anybody not to draft who they, let who they want to fall. Draft who you want. Do what you want. Ron Navy, you're coming up here. I can see you peeking around the corner here at the 1.12. You got any ideas? Walk us through what's going on. Ada's on the clock right now. Then
I'm glad Bijan went when he did. Take that
pressure.
Yeah, it takes that whatever word I'm looking for, the temptation away.
And guilt. Yeah.
Come on, Ada. You got 3 seconds.
Ada's going to time out. Oh, he got it. St. Brown. First round, St. Brown. I guess the highest. That's the highest I've seen him go. Ada, you have the new record for the highest drafting of St. Brown that I've seen so far this year.
Ada does like reaching.
Where did he get him?
He did a little reach around on that one.
Whoa.
He reached from the second around to the first, is what I was alluding to. Okay. TD Strikers is on the clock. Ron Navy. Let's see what he does with his double picks. I predict he goes Jalen Hurts and CeeDee Lamb. No.
No. Nope, I'm not going to go Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, you just did.
Lamb.
Jalen Hurts and Jonathan Taylor. No, Adams. He goes Adams. He's going Adams.
Nope.
Garrett. Woo. Okay, Ron Navy, you just took Garrett Wilson, the highest we've ever seen the entire.
Hey, he was the second round guy.
New record for the highest I've ever seen Garrett Wilson get drafted. Unreal, Ron.
Mashed potato.
Who's better than him on the board right now? Nobody.
Well, I mean, do I think he could finish that high? Yes, but that's going to be like why you win a league is because he shocks the world.
Who
but
was the rookie offensive
it's
player
all right.
of the year?
It's all right. I know. I mean, he could easily earn it. I'm just saying it's a high. It's a fact. It's the highest I've seen him go. Doesn't mean it's.
Hey, Smitty, should I let him hear it about the ADP or what?
You what?
You would have said the same
Should I
thing.
give him the rant?
If I would have taken Devontae Smith, you would have said the same thing.
No, I would have really flipped out on that one. That would be way too high. But I like Garrett Wilson as a top 5 wide receiver. He's going to earn what you just did. I'm just saying it's a high. I'm just speaking facts. That's the highest I've seen him go. But it's okay. It's okay, Ron. It's not like you did a bad pick.
I know. No, it wasn't a bad pick. It was an awesome pick.
I agree. It's still the highest I've seen him go. That wasn't a knock. It's just fact. Burrow just went. I was kind of hoping Burrow would slip to me. Who's KPWWDD or 2D? T Higgins. Ooh. Okay, so this is a gift. Hi Bijan. I'm sorry. Hi Brees Hall. Bijan. Hi Brees Hall. Welcome to the squad.
Got brain.
Yeah, Bijan on the brain.
Let me guess. DK Metcalf.
No. I wouldn't take DK this high. I'm going with man, do I go ETN? Do I go Double?
Take Henry.
No, I'm gonna go ETN. So my team so far is Brees.
Said, take Henry.
Brees
You're
Hall.
cold, Ron. You're cold.
Brees Hall, ETN, and Justin Jefferson. I like it. Ron Navy. You guys saw Ron Navy's team. Let's go to Ben's team. Ben has Eckler and JT.
I think that's my first time doing that. So
Run him back.
I don't think I've
Ada
done it yet.
has St. Brown and Kenneth Walker. It's so odd to me. I'm not saying it's a bad pick, but it's so odd to me that Kenneth Walker is going after St. Brown. This seems backwards to me, and I'm fine with it. I love that Walker's falling, but it's weird.
I think it's just because you have. Excuse me. I think it's just because you have to start 3 wide receivers. I'm not 100% sure, but I suspect Kenneth Walker's ADP will be higher than Amon-Ra's in like a regular redraft where you start 2 wide receivers.
I'd almost bet my little pinky finger. I agree. I'd almost bet my little pinky finger. No, let's say my big toe, because at least I could cover it up. I'd almost bet my big toe that Ron Navy, you would take Henry if he fell to you at your next pick. I know that, right? He fell to the 4th to pick 28 in the third round, mid-third round. That's pretty far in a redraft setting. I know I'm down on him, but I thought at least like one person in a draft would not be so down on him that he would slip into round 3 on the regular. We're seeing Henry go in round 3 on the regular. Okay, Ron Navy's on the clock. He's got Jalen Hurts. He's got Garrett Wilson. I love both the picks, Ron. I mean, I just Garrett Wilson, just a matter of fact, the highest I've seen him get drafted. Takes away some upside, but not. I mean, at the end of the day, you've got Christian Watson. You got Garrett Wilson. I love both your wide receivers. Those are 2 wide receiver ones to me. They're both top 10 wide receivers. I think Christian Watson can be a 7 to 12 wide receiver.
Okay,
I'm showing no mercy tonight.
Oh no, I'm reaching for this one.
Oh, go! Ron.
I know you're showing no mercy tonight. You're just taking your.
Whoa!
Guys.
That is a big reach.
Hey, you have to do that though when you're at the 112 because you don't pick again for 22 picks.
Woo, Ron.
Hey, I got my perks though, didn't I?
You did. Ron loves the stack.
I'm right there with you.
You can see. I mean, you can see it. Sometimes you can see it come up from a mile away, which is why I think Ron, you get sniped a lot, because people might know, oh, Ron's stacking this right here. Go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get Ron.
I didn't get sniped on Lamar right now.
I'm gonna get Ron riled up on the show, is what people think.
I was thinking about taking Najee, and then I'm like, I should have taken Najee. A smart move would have been to take Najee.
Javi, what three do you like best so far? I'm gonna. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the screen right now?
Nah, I was watching on mobile, but I'm on the phone.
Okay. I don't know if you can retain all this. There's going to be a lot I'm going to spit out. But JJ, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne. Like Travis, that. Kelce, T. Higgins, DK. Actually, just tell me if it beats that. Okay, that's my team. JJ, Breece Hall, Travis Etienne. And I won't be offended. Tell me when you think I'm knocked off and the next team is the better team, okay? Travis, Kelce, T. Higgins, DK. Does that beat mine?
That's a good one. Let me see.
Mine was JJ.
Yeah, with Kelce.
Okay, so the new leader for you is Kelce, T. Higgins, DK. Ada's calling in here.
Kelce.
You like Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Chris Olave better than that one? I like that 3. That's really good.
Yeah, I like that.
Christian McCaffrey, Patrick Mahomes, Derrick Henry. Does that beat out the other 3?
That's tough. Yeah.
Every time, Bobby's like, yeah. Bobby's like, that's better.
Henry.
I love it. I love Hob.
Hey yo, Smitty.
Yeah.
Yo, you get that Instagram thing figured out. I don't know what I was doing with it. I said I was on there.
Okay, yeah. You DM me like I said?
Yeah, I sent it.
Okay. I'll look for it right when I get off here. I'm going to. I don't know. This is a tiny reach because I'm putting him in the 4th round, but he's.
That was an automatic. I mean, everybody knew you were taking Gibbs right there.
So I got Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, Jamir Gibbs, Justin Jefferson, Kyle Pitts. I'm really hurting at wide receiver 2 and 3, but I love it.
Yeah.
Good thing that guy reached on Dalvin Cook and Mixon. Otherwise, we would have taken him from that guy.
Yeah. Ada, you're live.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
What's up, Ada? Your team. What's your team? Reactors.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at your team. You got St. Brown, which was really high, but it's not that I don't love him. You know, I feel like St. Brown's papa. But Kenneth Walker.
I mean, I'd rather have him over Gibbs than Adams.
Okay. St. Brown, Kenneth Walker, Justin Fields, DeAndre Hopkins. Walk us through the DeAndre Hopkins at 40 overall in the 4th round. What has he done to deserve that?
Well,
where's he going?
If they trade for DeAndre Hopkins, that's a Justin Fields stack right there.
Yeah. I do think the Bears are the best spot for him. I really hope he lands in Chicago. It makes the most sense. I mean, just the mobile quarterback. That's all Hopkins is known.
That's a big, great move right there.
Hey, yeah, but you could have maybe got him at 57, right? I mean, did you go like 7 wide receivers down when you clicked his name, or was he really ranked that high?
He was like 2 wide receivers down.
Really?
You got him at value, actually. Sorry to interrupt.
His ADP was 30.
Okay.
36.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. I didn't think he was going to last.
I must have not have seen that. I haven't noticed that Hopkins is retaining 4th round value. I'm pretty good about knowing ADPs. That shocks me. Yeah, it's tough. Smitty or Chase squad so far. Thank you, Ro. ETN should get tons of better TD luck this year. That's true. If we're going to talk about, Scorp makes a good point.
You on the clock, Ada? There you go.
If we're going to talk about a player that had a lot of bad luck, two players come to mind. You know, this is going to be a good topic for a video. I think one of them, I'm going to leave the other one for the video, but one of them is definitely ETN. Like the James Robinson stuff in the beginning, the hasty breakaway 60-yard, 70-yard, 50-yard, whatever it was, touchdown run that was supposed to be ETN's because he came out of the game real quick. Like there was all the 1 yard and 2 yard touchdown handoffs that he got stuffed, not because he's not a good runner, because the play calling was shoddy in those moments. Like ETN left probably like 7 TDs on the table, you know? So that's a really good point, and Scorp, really good video that I'm going to do is what players do we feel like had just a run of bad luck that they're going to explode if they stay healthy and everything goes well for them. That's a really good.
Oh, yeah. Someone did Brian in the chat. Herbert, Justin Herbert.
Okay, so Ron Navy Treylon Burks, Ron. Talk us through the Treylon Burks pick.
He's going to be better this year.
I like the Pacheco pick, though. I wasn't. He sometimes. Pacheco is a little. It was a tad early, but Ron's drafting at the tail end of 5, so he's not gonna see Pacheco ever again. So you have to take him early. I get it. But Pacheco and Treylon Burks, I love the Pacheco pick. Not huge on the Burks pick, but I will, in your defense, Ron. I love Burks coming out of college. You know, he could definitely, rebound to what I thought.
Oh, my God, I hate everyone.
What?
Oh, these picks suck.
Ron, what were you saying?
Fantasy Trip decided he was going to take George Pickens from me, so I needed a second-year wide receiver, and Burks, he's going to be better this year.
A little bit early there,
Ron, scale of 1 to 10, angry. How angry were you when Pickens went at the pick before yours? Scale 1 to 10.
Not really. You know what my exposure on him is? My exposure on Pickens so far this year in the big board, %84. No, 88%.
Yeah, so you got plenty. Yeah, you got plenty of Pickens to go around.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. You might be a little underexposed, Ron.
Huh?
You might be a little underexposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I need him up to 90% at least.
Yeah, at least 92, 95 maybe.
That's a lot of exposure, Ron.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. That's a hell of a lot.
What can I say? I'm a homer.
Yeah. I was thinking, I don't know if you're still planning on going Pittsburgh, but something that I've been doing in my Pittsburgh stacks, if I miss on Najee, is I like Jalen Warren's value a lot where he's going, and sometimes he falls too. So if you've got some Pittsburgh stuff going on,
I've gotten a lot more Jalen Warren than I've gotten Najee. Tell you the truth.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I like throwing him on down, especially if I get if I'm not drafting here with all you, because it's all Snipeville pretty much. I like because normally if I'm going to draft for myself without you guys, I'm getting like the Gibbs and the Charbonnets and all that, but I like throwing some Warren in there at the end as a actual second, third year player.
How do you guys like these two picks I just made? I was going to go Hollywood Brown because I still think Hollywood Brown's a pretty decent value as like a 7th rounder, top of round 7. But I just last second I just hit Jamison Williams.
I think you reached for Flowers.
Well,
yeah, I like the Jamison Williams pick. I don't know about Zay.
Well, Zay Flowers I think could be. I truly think he could be the number one. I think he'd be the number 1 rookie wide receiver.
Yeah, go get your guys.
But he was like maybe 7 or 8 wide receivers down probably. But I wasn't going to see him.
I think he did that one. I think you did that one because Charbonnet wasn't there for you.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, Zay Flowers probably was almost certainly not going to be there on the way back around. But
Yeah.
I think
it's
a little early still.
I think in the combine,
Some of the guys.
I think his combine's going to make him fly up the board. Fly.
Yeah.
I think that your Kamara's going to be there when it gets back to you there.
I don't know if
Yeah, Smith, you got to draft Kamara. Remember,
you guys want me to?
Great right there.
You got a tradition. It's a tradition for me to rip all over him and say this guy's a piece of garbage. The Kamara should be out of the league. Oh, he's on the 8th round. I'll take him. How big are his hands? Let's measure his hands. If his hands are bigger than mine, if they're at least 9.5. I'll draft him. But if there's anything less than 9.5, I'm out.
God, I hate all these guys.
I almost went Javonte, but I needed wide receivers bad because I only had one at that point. I had to take a wide receiver. Because my team right here, I got Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, Jamir Gibbs, and then Jefferson, Pitts. That's a really good squad. I like it, but I did have to reach a little bit on these two wide receivers in Jamison Williams and Zay Flowers, but I like Jamison Williams a lot. I love St. Brown. I know, Ada, you took St. Brown at the – what pick did you take him?
Oh, yeah.
You took him 9 overall.
Not ashamed of that at all.
Yeah, you took him 9 overall. Do you worry at all that yeah, I think Zay Flowers will be a moon man. I missed your call. Whoever was calling, try calling again. I'm sorry, bro. I think Zay Flowers will probably be a moon man at some point. But do you at all, back to my question, do you at all think, Ada, that Jamison Williams could be the number 1 wide receiver next year in Detroit, or do you think 0 chances St. Brown no matter what? Because I feel like they both have that kind of appeal. It's just, that St. Brown didn't have any worries or concerns holding off Jamison last year. I would draft St. Brown over Jamison.
That's what I was so surprised about.
I would draft St. Brown over Jamison all day long. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but Jamison's like, if he didn't have that ACL tear, I think he probably could have had a not Jamar Chase.
He doesn't have that injury.
Yeah, he would have had
a completely different situation.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had that Jamar Chase.
If there's no injury, I think both of them go late round 2 because there's a fear that we don't know who's gonna be the number 1.
I just think Jamison Williams has the potential to be a top 15 wide receiver this year. I don't know that it's a lock by any means.
We didn't get to see that, though. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Had we seen it last year and had it happened, I think it's late round 2.
Mm-hmm. But being that he got to play,
nobody knows.
Being that he got to play last year, it makes a big difference because it's kind of like he's not in the same boat of a player that, like, where you say, okay, now he needs a full year of playing on it. He kind of had like a half a year of playing on it kind of thing going on, like a little less, but he's walking into this year without going, okay, how is this going to go? How is it going to work? He's like literally like half a season in his mind. I've played on this thing. This is my recovered year, but we'll see. And wide receivers like Cooper Kupp, very different than RBs. A running back tears his ACL his next year back. Breece Hall, we're worried about a lot more than Jamison Williams. That was Jamison Williams, like the year he tore it, he played on it, which is a little bit crazy. All right.
It's going to be interesting, too, to see where they go with the offense, too, like how they coordinated this year.
Yeah.
That can change it all on their draft picks, too, even like depending on their RBs,
All right. I'm going to, maybe I'll do it. But I got to take, let me just check the wide receivers out. There's nothing standing out here.
KPW. This guy's not one of our guys, is he?
I don't know. I'll take Kamara here. We'll do it for tradition. And then I'll take.
As soon as the guy that was on the.
And I'll take this guy.
The guy who was on the phone. Sorry, as soon as the guy on the phone said he liked that guy's team, that guy just threw it into the trash.
For him.
Because this is Snipeville. I can't let Aaron. We're a group of people talking about Aaron Rodgers left and right, and I have no quarterback.
You are a complete AZZ.
AZZ. Arizona resident.
Yes, that's what he meant.
Arizonian. Ron, I needed a quarterback bad. I don't like any of those other quarterbacks more than I love Aaron Rodgers.
Rage.
Ron, don't worry. I got you. Ron, I got you. I'll draft love for you. I'll draft love for you.
Off.
The only reason Smitty made that pick because he knew exactly where I was going.
Ron, I hate to break it to you, but 0% of my picks have anything to do with your squad.
Yeah, whatever.
They don't.
But you're the one. You're the one that said earlier. You knew it. You knew you reaction.
No, like I swear, Ron, I swear on my life, 0% of my picks have to do with any one of your guys' squads. I'm just looking at the QB board right now. Let me go to the QBs. I don't want Kyler as my starter. He's not going to play. I don't want Russell Wilson as my starter. I don't believe in him. I don't want Daniel Jones as my starter. I don't want Tua playing 4 games for me in 2023. Kirk Cousins is sitting there for the taking, Ron. Like, if anything, I thought Ron would have wanted me to leave Kirk.
Why would I take Kirk Cousins? I don't have a stack for him.
But the stack doesn't always mean that's the guy you take.
He doesn't make sense. Just because
we just let the Amari Cooper guy get Deshaun Watson 2 rounds later.
Ron,
2 rounds later than his ADP.
Ron, I would have almost bet my life that you wanted Cousins over Aaron Rodgers. I would have almost bet my life on it. I would have almost bet my life on it. Everyone in here would have almost bet their life on it.
I'm going stacks.
But who do you have? Who do you think that Aaron Rodgers is stacking with? Garrett Wilson?
He took Kirk Cousins, and I'm okay with that. I wasn't after Kirk Cousins. So now I'm going to have to go all the way down the dang board.
But Ron, I'm trying to figure out. You don't have a Green Bay Packer on your.
Garrett Wilson.
And Ron, you got Jalen Hurts. You could take QB later. All right, there you go.
But Ron,
taken QB a little bit later.
Hold on, Ron. Derek Carr is more likely to go to New York than Aaron Rodgers at this point. That's the feel of it for sure. So what Green Bay Packer do you have, or what Raider do you have? Oh, Watson.
Smitty, he has a Raider drafted in round 13. You can picture it. That's why.
No. It's Christian Watson. I'm sorry. So you're predicting him go? Yeah, you want him to go back to Green Bay. Okay. I was just trying to get a feel for where I stepped at, because here's the thing, is me drafting Aaron Rodgers, like me not necessarily believing he's for sure going back to Green Bay. Like I said on my show, logically it feels like they should be going Jordan Love, and when I take Jordan Love later you're going to get really mad at me then. But what I'm trying to say is, you're assuming that I'm just thinking the same thing about where Aaron Rodgers is even going. Like you may not.
We're going to be hearing first thing tomorrow morning. Breaking news: Aaron Rodgers decides to retire.
Right, and all this for nothing. All this for nothing. You remember when you sniped Aaron Rodgers for me? Oh yeah, way to take Sean Tucker, Ron. Like, that ain't a reach and a half. Just stealing him from me because I took Aaron Rodgers from you. Sean Tucker's got like a.
I swear on my life, Smitty, I would never do that.
Oh boy.
This is a grown-up version of Monopoly.
This is like that movie Tag. Okay.
I needed a good running back.
I do love that you think that it was a given that Aaron Rodgers was reserved for your squad. In Ron's mind, there's no reason anybody else should have drafted Aaron Rodgers.
You're on the clock.
Yeah, boy. Boy, oh boy.
Arizona fan. Take Kyler Murray.
I was thinking the same thing. Homer.
I'm gonna go tight end again.
I'm
I'm afraid to take Jordan Love here. I'm afraid to take Jordan Love here. I feel like Ron's gonna get really upset.
Hey, he's right there for you.
He's like way.
I'm truly avoiding Jordan Love just to avoid the bickering that's about to ensue.
You take who you want to, Smitty.
All I'm gonna say is if he comes back around, I'm snagging him, Ron. Hint, hint.
I'm not taking Kenny Pickett. I don't have nothing to take him with.
Nothing to take. Ron will only take you if he's stacking you. That's funny. I don't have any stacks going. I do want to stack Lamar, Kyle Pitts, and London on a team that also has a two Kenneth Walker type players. I think it's gonna be a phenomenal build. It's hard to do though because Kyle Pitts has to fall. London or Pitts has to fall to like round 6.
Yeah, they're too close.
Yeah, you almost have to go like 4, 5, 6, and like it's hard.
Yeah,
or maybe even 3.
You can get London. I mean, you can get Pitts in the 6th.
Sometimes, but like, are you going to have Lamar fall and all those other? What if you went Lamar in round 3, London round 4, Kyle Pitts round 5, like, and still had a first and second round pick to throw at that team, like two Kenneth Walker type players with Lamar, with Kyle Pitts, with London. That might be a fun team. But
I like
yeah,
the 4, 5, 6 one better.
Yeah, it'd be better if you could land it that way.
what,
What, Ed? Or Hav?
what's an example of 2 Walker type players? You talking about early or later?
What do you mean?
Like you said, that team you were just theorizing, and you were like the Pitts and 2 Walker type.
Yeah,
players.
let's just go to like number 6 overall. Okay, so we're looking at the board right now. Let's say you got Cooper Kupp and we'll say Kenneth Walker. So you're drafting from the 6 or 7 pick. You get Cooper Kupp. In the second round, you get Kenneth Walker. In the third round, you get Chris Olave. Okay? So you got Cooper Kupp, Chris Olave, Kenneth Walker, and then you get Lamar, London, Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
What's that? Ziggy, is that a good team?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Yeah, he didn't know anything. Ziggy, where's Aaron Rodgers going to play football in 2023?
From fansided.com, Las Vegas insiders are indicating that Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers will end up playing for Josh McDaniels and the Raiders in 2023.
Woo, doggy.
If you'd like another answer, just say next.
He's going to be playing
next.
Madden 2023.
Hold on,
Music City Miracles.
here's another one.
Rodgers is under contract with the Green Bay Packers through the 2023 season.
Yeah, we know that one. Next. He doesn't have anything else. He only had 2. He only had 2 shots in there. Two. But that was interesting. Ziggy's usually not intuitive. He usually just gives you the Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is the starting quarterback for the. But like this guy's. He's pulling it. Let's see, Ziggy, who is Smitty from the Fantasy Football Show?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
See, he doesn't even know who I am.
Travis in the chat. Oh god.
Rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, rule 4.
Rule number 3: study Ron's draft.
You need to screenshot this and post it. Rules for drafting with Ron.
Yeah. Number 4: never draft with a Steeler.
Print this out and put it in the back. Print this out and then put it in the back.
Number 2: when in doubt, ask Ron who he shouldn't draft. Rule number 5: don't draft anyone Ron could potentially draft or stack. These are pretty good.
Oh, Travis, you kill me, bro. That's good.
That is pretty good.
I like that.
All right. Hey, Jordan Love's there. Let's go. All right.
It's all right. I got the stack of receivers. I got both Dobbs and Christian, so I didn't need the quarterback.
I wouldn't dare go near KJ Osborne. Oh wait, you're not drafting Vikings now.
No.
I'm gonna go with my boy Sky Moore again. I think he's just a really, really sneaky.
You wouldn't draft.
What? Did you need him?
You would never draft KJ Osborne. You never drafted KJ Osborne.
Rule number 7: make sure you draft guys Ron loved last year, or he gets mad. He won't even draft KJ. He won't even draft KJ Osborne right now because he has no Vikings, and he's mad at me because I won't draft KJ Osborne.
No, draft him though.
How many?
You don't like him.
Ron. Oh, Ron.
Just like you wouldn't draft Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, I'd love to see Ron in action for a whole day. Follow Ron around.
This is a small sample that we get.
I'd love to see Ron in the grocery store.
No, if we can win
the fruit I was going to take. You took the fruit I was going to take.
Travis, give us a scenario where Ron goes to the grocery store, Travis.
We all need to meet up in Vegas. We'd have a lot of fun.
We'd be fighting before we landed the plane. Ron would be like, why would you take the middle seat on the way there? You know I take the middle seat on the way there and the aisle on the way back.
No, I prefer the aisle.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I'd be in first class.
Ron.
Oh, okay.
I can't sit in the aisle. People bump your elbow. I got going on 9.5-inch hands. They hang out over the aisle. They're not like Pickett size hands where they're,
Really?
Really? Oh, Ron, Kendre Miller. Yeah, I should have opened my mouth after your pick. Oh man, you got Sean Tucker and Kendre Miller. I'm gonna make sure I buy all the first class flight seats on the way to Vegas, so you have to sit in the back by the restroom. Then I'm gonna send Ada back there to drop a big deuce. So that you got to sit right by the bathroom door, Ron, all the way to Vegas.
Oh, Lord.
Is Travis on here?
Don't worry, Smitty. I'll get good size hands right now.
All right, Anthony Richardson, he probably has like 15-inch hands. Ron definitely reclines his seat on planes. To the max. And you forgot, Travis. Ron reclines his seat on planes, but fully expects the person in front of him not to recline their seat.
I'm having so much fun right now. Even though you guys make fun of me, it's great.
Ron likes getting roasted. We are going to do a Vegas meetup at some point. When one of us wins the big best ball draft, we're going to reserve a buffet. That's crazy.
So Travis is in the chat.
Who's the? I'm already blanking on who was the one that said he's in Vegas. That said that he could help me out. Well, who is that?
Double A's in Vegas, isn't he?
No, yeah, well, he might be, but who is the one that said, "Hey, Smitty,
Avatar's in Vegas too, isn't he?
Was it Avatar that said he? Someone remind me, Travis. You're keeping track of all this stuff. Travis, what's in your log? Who's my Vegas connect, Travis? Someone in the chat will know. Well, I might as well take Bigsby now before Ron takes him.
I didn't even think about that. I just knew that you had Kendre Miller down as your 4th overall running back.
Thanks, Ron. Okay, let's see here. I don't have any shares of Curtis Samuel. Let's do this for good old time's sake. Let's get Curtis Samuel on a Smitty team. Let's be a fan of Curtis Samuel this year to at least a small degree. Brian says it was Avatar. I think it was Avatar. It was Avatar. So maybe we can get in touch with Avatar and see if he can at least like get us some kind of comp, like even if it's not a ballroom, like a lounge area or something, Like
that'd be awesome.
Avatar might be able to hook that up, and then we could all just sleep in the lounge. Everybody grab a chair. We'll all just sleep. We'll put little eyeballs on our glasses and just act like we're sitting there watching. We'll sleep in the sports book.
Man, the
we don't
way
need
some
a
of
room.
you guys draft, I wouldn't sleep in the same room with you guys.
Well, we're not. We're sleeping in a big lounge together, or in the sports book.
No, I'm just clowning. But the way some of you guys draft, I'd have to sleep with one eye open, man.
Yeah. Sam lives in Vegas. Okay. Hopefully, Sam, do you got any hookups in Vegas, or do you just live in Vegas? Aside from the Bunny Ranch, do you have any kind of ability to help us out while we're there? I'll sleep in my car, says Brian. Ron will be in a suite. He's flying first class. He'll probably be down there in his bathrobe, just meandering around.
Yeah, I'll have a personal stitching on the back. Ron the Don.
Smoking a cigar, walking around.
Ric Flair Road.
What are we at? We're around 15. Oh, TD Strikers is coming up here.
I'm taking a lot of this guy, but I will take Leonard Fournette in the very back of the 15th round every single day.
Hey, Brian, Leonard Fournette's falling pretty far.
Or you spoke too soon, and then okay, that was you that was talking, Ben. He just went.
You should change your name from TD Strikers to TD Snipers, Ron. I'll sleep in my car.
See, what we're experiencing in this draft room is pretty similar to what I expect to. Like we're about a week ahead of the normal. A week ahead of the curve, I'd say. Maybe more than that. But in about a week or so, people are going to start drafting these rookies where we're taking them already. And so these established players who are maybe falling off, maybe not, we're still able to get them, or we're going to be able to get them at crazy values. Like Leonard Fournette, I just got him 24 picks behind his ADP.
Well, I wouldn't draft Leonard Fournette, but... Well, yeah, I would, I guess.
Oh, I'm not taking him either very much.
I mean, I guess I'd draft him. Hey, guys, just so you know, Tyler Scott's climbing. Tyler Scott's about one scroll down. Just want to let everybody know.
Oh, I ain't about that. I already know I'm going to snipe him early, so that's okay.
Maybe we can.
Like what you call Ben was just saying, I just got Chase Claypool at 185, which I know Chase Claypool's a hit or miss, but like his ADP was 150.
Ron, I got connects at Underdog. I'm just going to reach out to them, and I'll see if they can push through a trade. I'll trade you Jordan Love for Kendre Miller. That'd be fun. You know what we should do? We should.
I'm gonna need a couple first-round draft picks with that, Smitty.
We should record a Zoom call between me and Underdog where I'm trying to convince him of something like that as a joke. Just be like, hey, yeah, Ron, Navy, and we decided to make a trade. Is there a way you guys could force through this on the system? I'm trading Jordan Love to Ron for a future pick in another best ball draft. On top of he gives me Kendra Miller in league number 1165.2. I would just love to see. I would just love to see their reaction. They probably really question, working with me again.
You know what's so funny is we've been.
No, you open your phones tomorrow. Your account just says account suspended.
Yeah, deleted.
We've been having so much fun on here, Smitty, that you forgot that you were contemplating on leaving in the 10th round of this draft.
Yeah.
And we're almost done with it.
I know.
It's been fun, though.
Yeah. Just don't look
I
at my
really
last.
could have probably taken Claypool. I didn't see that Ada had Fields right behind me for the stack, but that would have been a nice night. Also didn't see Claypool's ADP. He was dropping really far.
Oh, did I snipe? Wait, did I snipe you?
Pittman to Pittsburgh with Pickett and Pickens. Party Tampa. Party Tampa or party time? Jacob, sorry about your flat tire, but I don't think Pittman's getting traded to Pittsburgh. You never know. And someone said Henry to the Bills. I don't think that's going to happen either because I don't think the Bills. I mean, you never know, but I don't think the Bills run enough. I mean, they may want to, and they should, that they're going to trade for a running back that's 29 years old and give up what, like, maybe if I guess, you know what, I take that back. What did Christian McCaffrey go for? What was his trade? Because that was ridiculous.
For a lot. For a lot.
No, he didn't.
Well, because they had to pay him too.
It was a bundle of like second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, like
there was no first.
It's crazy how cheap he was. Derrick Henry's so much older. He'd probably go for a third round, or like a third, maybe a second round pick. And if you're a team, like, why not? Why not take a shot on that? Even though I believe he will like break down at some point. Even if he like missed 4 or 5 games but played healthy games when he did play, like that's possible scenario for a second round pick. I mean, it wouldn't be that crazy, but Buffalo, I don't think will do it. But you never know. Tennessee's totally in like rebuild mode right now, and the fact that you're losing pieces there by the hour in Tennessee, Derrick Henry's gonna probably not have a whole lot of support and see a lot of 8-man fronts if he even stays healthy. So, but man, can you imagine if a Bengals or an Eagles or Buffalo Bill team or KC gets their hand on a Derrick Henry, even if he plays half of a year like that.
And draft like a Gibbs or something.
Here's a dynasty question Roger wants to know. Smitty, would you trade Garrett Wilson for CMC in dynasty? I'd rather have Garrett Wilson in dynasty. It's close in terms of draft value, though, honestly, like where you're drafting. Okay, Ron took Tim Patrick. Okay. Ryan Tannehill.
That's a good one.
He could be somewhere else.
Good exposure.
Yeah, I got Burks, remember? Stacks.
Ron. Hey, Ron, since you got a Raven, let's just go look for a Raven, bro. You got to have another Raven. Baltimore.
Ron, I was going to take him. At 208.
Let me find any Raven player so Ron can stack them. Baltimore. Demarcus Robinson. Is he still at Baltimore?
Last year.
There you go, Ron. You better stack him.
I don't have no Ravens.
Yeah, you do. Kendrick or you have Isaiah Likely.
Oh yeah, I do.
You better stack him.
Hey, wait, guys. Should I draft Rashad Penny? or Jalen Warren? Jalen Warren, how you feeling, Ron?
Jalen Warren, if you got Najee.
I don't have Najee. I have Walker. That's why I was considering Penny.
Oh, okay. Go with Jalen Warren. He's good.
You can take Penny if you want, but it's better to take them in separate drafts. But he's going at a big difference.
I can see Ron.
We don't have Q.
I can see Ron smoking a cigar, getting irritated.
We don't. Oh shit.
Why? Why am I irritated now?
Oh, you're like, well, take them then. Why are you asking? Why are you asking my advice? You're not gonna.
I queued up the wrong guy.
This whole draft, I didn't take one Steeler.
It must have been hard.
Ron's shaking right now.
No, I'm good.
Ron's got his iPad open. He's drafting alongside in another draft. He's taking all Steelers. He's like, I gotta get my fix.
Actually, I'm surprised you haven't taken more of the 49ers there, Smitty, since they're like your secret favorite team.
I'm not like that's. I know you're joking, but 49ers are my least favorite team. No, not my least favorite.
I'm sorry,
team.
I don't know who this KPW guy is, but he's just drafting off of his printer. He's got to be.
He's got Dalvin Cook, Mixon, Aaron Jones, T. Higgins, DK, Kelsey. I mean, it's okay, but I mean, yeah, he's making some weird picks on top of that.
He's a
Juju wide receiver 3, Everett wide receiver 2, Goff 40 picks above ADP. I don't know.
He probably got in here and he's probably like, he doesn't realize that we're like one big group, like together. He's probably so frustrated right now.
Yeah.
He's looking at all like 7 of us. Oh my God, they all sniped me. How is it possible?
Yeah, that's aggravating.
I was actually in a draft, Ben. You know Liam, right? You watch his channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in 2 of his drafts.
Yeah, they're fun.
But those ship chasing drafts are too nutty for me. They're all zero running. I mean, you got like all the
You bet, Roger.
come out rounds. It's just ridiculous.
Hey,
right. I've been doing a lot of that too, but in this draft, I got 2 running backs early. I don't think I've done this build yet with Eckler JT, but I like it.
all right, who?
I mean, I might do a build that's a zero running back, but it's a natural build. I don't go into the draft like Smitty says. Just normally when I'm not like drafting in here with you guys and we're sniping each other, I just let everything fall to me and I pick accordingly.
Right.
All right, I hate to break up the party. I hate to break up the party, guys, but I gotta wind it down. I'm gonna give you each 10 seconds here. Ada, give me 10 seconds of your thoughts. What do you want to say to close out the show?
Honestly, I think my team's pretty fire. I think this team is pretty fire. I think I stacked correctly, and I know we all sniped each other, so it's gonna be interesting. We're all gonna finish bottom 7.
Let's see what your team is. Okay, Fields, Daniel Jones, Richardson. You got Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet, Herbert, A-Chain, Penny, St. Brown, Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Taysom Hill. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Anything else? Any final words?
Just have a good one.
All right. Appreciate you, Ada.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Later, pal. Ben, your team.
I thought I was going to be done at running back right now, but Jalen Warren just fell 36 picks, so I figured I'd take him there. But I need one more receiver. I think I know who I want. I don't think he's going to get taken unless Ron decides he wants to go grab him for some reason.
This is Ben's team.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. Good luck to everyone. Hope
I
to
don't
see you
take-
soon.
Oh, you
haven't taken him yet.
All right, Ben. Appreciate you, man.
All right, Devin Duvernay. Don't
All
take him fantasy. All right, peace out.
right.
Have a good night.
All right, later. Hav, any final words, Hav?
Nah, just taking notes. And I like what he just said, though. On Walker and Charbonnet, I'm definitely going after that.
Yeah, that's good. All right, man. Appreciate you, Javi. Later.
All right, peace out.
Later.
Ron, any final words?
Yeah, this was a lot of fun tonight.
All right. Well, good team, good looking squad. You got. Let's see. Let's go to the top. You got Jalen Hurts, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson. I love those two wide receivers. You know that. Goddard, Pacheco, Traylon Burks. I wasn't huge on that pick, but Quentin Johnson, I love that pick. Brian Robinson's very interesting, and he's got some upside. Derek Carr was actually, I think, a really good quarterback pick there, and I think you stacked that with Garrett Wilson, to be honest. Sean Tucker, Snipe, Kenneth Walker, Dobbs, Mayer, Kendre Miller, Snipe, Likely.
Yep.
Like that pick. Good squad.
Yeah, well, I had to get creative.
Yep, I think we both had to because of all the snipage going. I kind of like my team. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, love Mike White. I got Breece Hall, ETN, Gibbs, Kamara, Montgomery, Bigsby, Justin Jefferson, Jamison Williams, Zay Flowers, Sky Moore, a slew of whatevers, and then Kyle Pitts and Dawson Knox. Not bad. Let's see.
Sky Moore's going to be really interesting. His second year.
Yeah,
I hope that he does more than he did this year. He started coming on at the end of the year, but hopefully he jumps up. And
I like him a lot. I like him a lot. I think Sky Moore, because Juju's elsewhere, and because we don't know Tony's status, mental status, his physical. It gave me a 32.90. Hey, it gave that KPWW guy. It gave him a 39.50.
Yes. Look at what it gave me. 27.
27. That was lower than mine last time.
Oh, I've gotten a 24 before.
Yeah. Again, guys, if you're watching, don't react to this because a lot of rookies they don't give value to yet. Ben got a 3,300. What?
I wouldn't be surprised, and I kind of hope, you got Sky Moore there, and really Tony are the only two that are really locked in for next year, like you said. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kansas City gets Scott because he has that speed, and Mahomes misses that speed guy.
Yeah.
In the later, Scott might go to Kansas City, even though I don't want him to. But fantasy-wise, yeah, he's great with Mahomes.
Who's fantasy tripping here? Because Ben's mad at you because you sniped Duvernay right when he got off the phone. He goes, "Okay, I'm taking Duvernay. Don't take him." He takes Duvernay, right?
I don't know if that's one of our guys or not.
Well, it has to be because he keeps sniping when he says it. It's okay if you did. We just want to know who you are.
Ben, he was smart. He hung up before he had a Ron reaction.
Yeah. All right, Ron. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow, probably.
All right.
Later. All right, guys. Thank you for drafting. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Get you $200 or up to $100 bonus match dollar for dollar. Up to $100 bonus match dollar for dollar using code Smitty. Link is pinned in the live chat. Link is in the description. If you want to be in the next series of drafts we do at midnight Eastern, pretty much every other night, you want to go ahead and click that link now, which again is in the description. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, or in the live chat. Get signed up now. Make your minimum deposit. They'll match up to, if you put 10 in, they'll give you 10. You put 100, they'll give you 100. Get ready and signed up under that code now so you're ready to go next draft. I'll see you all on the flip side. Appreciate you all. Who's fantasy trips? Who's the guy? Oh, I would love to know who stepped all over Ben's pick. SDJR says he was at the 1.8 pick. Who were you? Okay, SDJR. That makes sense. Oh, bro. I'm waiting for fantasy trips, though. I want to know who that is. I don't think he's going to come forward. I would love it if he did. Ron Navy dropping a $20 hauler. By the way, Ron Navy dropped another $20 hauler at the end of the last show, and I didn't see that. So Ron Navy, double to the moon.
To the moon.
Ron Navy, again, to the moon.
To the moon.
And we're just going to throw some cash in the air right here. Like we just don't care because Ron Navy's making it rain in the studio. I'm getting the money gun fixed. I'm having my brother, who's an industrial design major and an absolute building machine, put a oversized motor that takes a couple 9-volt batteries, and it's gonna be like indestructible. And I'm thinking it's gonna unload this clip faster than ever before. So, all right, guys, appreciate you all. I'll see you on the flip side. Ron Navy, thank you again for the double super chats. Always appreciated. Never expected. I work for you. Ron, I'll get your coffee real soon. And I got your new order, the new way you like it. I'm going to get your coffee. I work for you. See you all later.
It's time for some revenge, baby. Revenge tour, revenge tour. Revenge tour, revenge tour.
And we got we got Jonathan dropping another super chat. Drafting, great drafting. You guys have fun. Jonathan W, who are you? Maybe Jonathan was maybe that was Fantasy Trip. Are you Fantasy Trip, Jonathan? Maybe he was just watching, but appreciate the super chat. I don't know if you were in the draft, if that's what you meant, or if you're just watching, but appreciate you. I don't see a Jonathan anywhere. There's a J Dub. Maybe that's Jonathan. Jonathan, whatever your team was, or if you just watched, appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. I'll see you all mañana. Yeah, and like Travis said right here, learn Ron's rules next time. Before you get in the next draft, make sure you have all 10 of Ron's rules down, so you don't piss off Ron Navy during a draft. He was the 4-6. He was the 4-6. Who was 4.6? 4.6. Tony Pollard? I don't know what we're talking about there. All right, later, everybody. Appreciate you.
The tripod, also likened to pyramids in ancient Egypt, are constructed using burrow or Hertz, chase or a JB Hull or Walker.
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars men.
Look at those Mars men. Look at them. I've drafted a whole team of them.
Dropping and spinning aimlessly in space.
I've got every single one of these guys on a best ball team.
And off he goes to the planet known as Uranus.
And I usually always draft the king. I somehow find a way to draft the king in round 8 or 9. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there. As much as he makes me angry, the king of planet Uranus, a.k.a. Uranus, is always sitting there for the taking in round 8 or 9. You know? Appreciate you all. Tesla, yeah, I'll look into the Tesla motor. See you all on the flip side.